G'day guys, my name's Josh. You can call me JaWoodle, and welcome back to 7 Days to Die in Alpha 18, where I am back in my JaWoodle Park 2, ready to build some more bases and test some more ideas. And today I'm here because I have a couple of ideas about how I could potentially make a loot base. I made them in Alpha 17, but back then I was like focusing on reaching through blocks and grabbing the loot, which didn't really work out very well for me, but it did lead us eventually onto discovering the zombie force field. But my ideas for Alpha 18 rely a little bit more heavily on our newfound love of our lives, the powered garage door. They are fantastic for everything. Having a movable object in the game, like a piston in Minecraft, made that game so much more fun. The movable garage doors in this one make this game so much fun. But I'm starting off over in this base over here because I wanted to quickly show you guys before I run off into the desert and go build something new. I wanted to quickly show the upgrade to the remote control turrets that I did in another episode previously. So between that episode and this one, I've gone and I've redesigned how I actually have them in the wall. And you can tell, like with this, it's much smoother, much simpler, and not nearly as clanky and weird looking. So I've got this now on the outside, and on the inside, I've got this much better system. We've got the ammo down here. You can open the door up there, go up the ladder, stand in your spot here. Still reach the turret nice and easily, but it just looks a whole lot better than it did last time. So I put one of those on each of the corners. Gonna have to do some renovations over there to get rid of the forges, move that over to the cross and build the rest of the turret. But I could do that another time, because before I go off into the desert and start building what I hope will be a usable, workable, efficient loot base, I need to go to the Hall of Legends and thank another group of superstars for making all of this possible. I'm really having to run further and further into the hall here to get through everyone. There's so many names up on the board, and today we are adding Jonas KH, Natasha O, and Mad Lad. So thank you three for all your support. Thank you everyone else for all of, if I could speak properly, all of your support as well. Alright, that's done. I've shown off the new turrets as well. Let's go down to our little building area, the nice flat ground down here, and start building. This isn't going to be like completely revolutionary. This is going to be like a tinkering on, I think, something like this. I'll probably use a zombie slide in it. If you don't know how that works, I suggest you go and watch the video dedicated to that, because there's a bunch of different designs you can use for that. But it would be kind of similar to that, I'm thinking in my head, but there's going to be some added parts that are going to make it a whole lot different. I just want to keep the actual like skeleton of the base, like the base of the base, I suppose. I want to keep that as simple as possible, because I don't want to overcomplicate things. Overcomplicated horde bases, like if you bang in 1,000 spike traps and whatnot, you know, has spinning blades of death everywhere, the more stuff you kind of add to it, the more complicated it gets, the worse it seems to work. That's one too high. So I'm just going to make something relatively simple to start with, and then kind of build from it from there. It's always good to start from a simple grounding and then make it more complicated as you go along, because then at least if you, like, when you get to the point where you're stuffing up and all the zombies aren't acting how they're supposed to anymore, at least you know where you can go back to get it to work again. Let's go out to like here, that ought to do it. Yeah, I did build that in line. Good job, me. I have some sort of spatial awareness and geometry hasn't completely left my mind. There we go. That ought to do it just to there. And then from there, we'll build our little staircase down for the zombies to get up. Nothing revolutionary so far. We've done this a billion times. This is nice and easy, which is good. Now that we have like a system that we know works and works reliably, we can use that as the basis for all our other tests. We can test the variable and still have something like stable and control underneath. Because if you're testing all the variables, you'll never know what's actually causing the effect you're looking for. That should do pretty nicely. It is going to be another killing corridor chassis, and for good reason. But like, I'm sure if you scroll down to the comments and like wade through some of the trash of people complaining that I talk too much because apparently they've forgotten that editing exists, and the fact that buildings pop into existence from one frame to another means that I cut out a whole section of me not actually talking, because dead air is nobody's friend. So ignoring the people who forget that post-processing and editing are a thing, and the other people just complaining that they've forgotten how to turn down their computer, I'm sure that you can find some people complaining that I build killing corridors too much. And that's because, I mean, aside from the fact that I just talked about how it's reliable and I can like test the results thoroughly and reliably this way, it's also still what I think is the best base. It was clearly the best base in Alpha 17, and they came out and tried to break it for Alpha 18, but so far I haven't seen, I don't think they've managed to do it. I still think this is one of, if not the best ways to combat a horde that you can do in 7 Days to Die, even in Alpha 18. I mean, sure, you could go and build yourself something noticeably worse if you wanted to. If you wanted to challenge yourself and build yourself a different kind of base, then you would be doing that, knowing that you're not building a killing corridor to then build something else. I still think this is the way to go, but for this one in particular, we're going to be doing something a little bit different to normal. It's not going to look quite as sleek and clean as it often does. I'm not going to build it quite as nicely as I have in previous iterations, but it should do what we want it to do relatively well. So let's get this one, and it's going to be different because I'm going to have drops all the way along here. In fact, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll make that 5 actually, just in case. Let's just plan for the worst. I guess there's a massive horde and they all manage to jump off each other's heads, which they often do sometimes. Can I get that to go? Yep, that's the one there. I'll get you and I'll copy that rotation and go back up the other side. So yeah, I'm going to build 2 different drops here because I'm going to try and rely on their pathing and also how I can manipulate that to try and get this to work, to give myself a bit of a safe zone. Now, this is kind of the first idea I had for this kind of base. I don't know how well it's going to work, but to find out I have to build it, and so we just may as well build it. You know, we'll find out after it's done. This first drop here is 5 blocks wide, which means my 2 slides don't actually meet in the middle. There is 1 block in between. So what I'm going to do, this is something that I saw a couple of people suggesting I test out in the last episode where I did the zombie slides, and that's to have hay bales at the bottom, because the idea being if you stop them taking damage, they may not go into destroying everything mode. In fact, we'll probably test that rather quickly. Let's jump over. This is what's a good thing, having all of the bases still exist inside JaWoodle Park. So here we go. We've got some over here. Let's just go like this. Let's not go worry about too much. Bang down some hay bales down the bottom here. So let's find out if them falling onto hay stops them going into destroying everything in mode. When I tested this last time, a clear majority of Chelsea's decided they wanted to destroy my base, and only a couple of them decided to go back where they came from. So let's get that. Let's get their attention. There we go. All right, how's that going to go? Are you guys, I don't know where you're going. You're going off to the wrong bloody place. There we go. Get the attention back. All right, what are you going to do? You're going to drop down there, land on the hay. Is anyone going into... Oh, so far so good. So the way that it worked in Alpha 17 was that if zombies sensed they had a fall, then they would go into destroy everything mode. But so far, them landing on hay just doesn't seem to be doing much. They're taking 1 swing as they fall, which is kind of normal. That's why you got to build these things out of relatively strong materials. But, I mean, what? So far, none of them have really got pissed off at me yet. Let's put in a whole bunch more and just see how that goes. There we go. Get their attention as well. I see someone else saying I could just turn on the look at me mode so that they would then immediately get aggro to me. Sometimes it doesn't work out so well. I still like being in the habit of firing a gun to get their attention. Like, this is a lot of Chelsea's running around and none of them going to destroy everything mode. So there you go. I guess, I mean, I'm pretty happy to call that. Oh, except for you two. Oh, ow. Wait. Oh, am I getting hurt? How am I getting... yeah, no, game, that's not how that's supposed to work. I'm like 40 feet above these puppets, they can't reach up. Their extendo arms don't reach that far. That's a little bit silly. But, so were they going to destroy everything more, or were they just trying to beat up me? I don't know, this works pretty well. I reckon the hay bales are a pretty good option if you're trying to stop it going to destroy everything mode without having to build like a zombie slide or something like that. So that's not a bad idea. I'll leave that one there. I have the hay bales in the middle of the gap over here. And I've got the slides on either side. So a zombie coming up here will come up here, through here, land on there, and then start the loop again. Oh, that was like a proper half pipe thing. Oh, yep, and around, and yep, okay, doesn't really work for me. Definitely the first time, you could slip and slide to your heart's delight. So we're gonna have 1 drop there, and 1 drop all the way over here. That was a little bit weird. Same kind of thing again, I'll build another slide down below, but that should work out pretty well, I think. I might need to make some minor modifications to this because I was trying to make it too wide, because the idea was going to be that I'll just put some blocks down in a really bad place just for now to kind of give you a demonstration, is you grab a garage door like this and you bang it about there. That's the only spot it's going to work, because then when you close it up, or when you open the door, then it goes like this, yeah? And it makes a nice solid path, but you can open that and that will fall down here and do that loop over and over and over again. But you can't do that with these blocks here, and you can't put that door in the right spot without those blocks there. So what I'm going to have to do, let's go like this, let's go down to there, and just like get rid of all of that other side. Let's maybe we'll just extend this side a little bit further, make a smaller like kind of chute kind of thing going down that way, following that kind of arc, so they go into a slot rather than falling into a big gap, and then maybe having 2 doors meet like that, like a crab pincer kind of thing, rather than just like this. Rather than pulling the carpet out from under them, would like open up a trapdoor underneath. So that's kind of the idea I'm working with now. As I said, I'm just gonna have like a vague idea of how I wanted to do this. I didn't have any sort of concrete ideas on how I wanted to do this. Oh man. man, trial and error is always a thing that happens in my life. But sometimes when there's a big error like that, it's like a really frustrating, like we're so close that it's almost working, but it's just to make it work, you have to kind of break it. That's when it gets really frustrating. I was kind of halfway through modifying this. I turned it into the chute rather than the big V that I had before. And I just kind of had the thought that maybe this will work if I go like this. If I use some sheets like that, can I then place a garage door on the other side? Ah, look at that. I knew it. We were so close. We could definitely get it to work. We just have to find the right way to make it all happen for us. Now we just need to go like this and somehow get that to all like close up that gap because it looks ugly as balls right now. You're not gonna let me do it, eh? You're not gonna let me do it with that stupid garage door there. If I put the rest of these in like this, we'll go out from this side here. Maybe that'll work a bit better for us. Like I know there's like that like microscopic paper thin gap there, but whatever. We're dealing with a lot of issues right now. That's the least of our concerns. You gotta. No, and that breaks it. So, we were so close. See what I mean? We could taste it. We'd given it a lick. We got all those fruity flavors of success riddled through our tongue that stuck to our teeth like an undesirable shot of something. And now it's been ripped out of our mouth again. For goodness sake. Oh, we're right there. I can't do it. I can't do it. Like, I could just leave it like this, you know? Like, that works. Like, functionally, that works absolutely fine. But the aesthetics are just so gross. You got, like, little bits of, like, metal and stuff sticking out everywhere. All the smooth lines that we love about these bases are gone. And I just can't stomach it. I just can't stand it. So I'm gonna have to get rid of all this. But before I do, I'm gonna go like this and put myself all the way down here and get myself a couple of Chelseas just to do a bit of testing. Just to see if that actually works the way I want it to. Let's go like that. Let's get the right gun out, please. That's the one. Okay, there we go. Get their attention. Okay. What's actually going to happen here? They're going to run up. They're going to fall down there. All right, that's no worries. So the corridor itself works fine. What happens if I open this, though? How about that? Are they going to ruin their pathing for a second? Oh, you're getting mighty close to getting up to. That's okay. They're still going. They slide down there. They land on the hay or they go down the slide. No real issues. Out under the bottom and back to the start again. I mean, there's a whole like traffic jam over here, but that should give you enough time to get out and get whatever loot you may need. So it's all about just like segregating and separating the zombies. You want to keep them separate from where you are. You want to put them in different areas. You have time and space to get out over here where all the loot bags are going to be and just kind of chill out here and grab whatever you need before heading back over to your little platform of safety and then probably letting them all over again. Go like, oh, I've got my HUD off. Go open that one. There we go. Run back over here. Jump here. And they're all good to go again. Just as easy as that. So look, like the idea behind it, the principle, I suppose, but the way that I want it to work works. I just can't get it to work inside a base that doesn't look like my knob got bent in an angle grinder. See, this works perfectly. Could even go a little bit bigger if you wanted to, but that's going to do the job nicely. It's protected on that side, it's protected on that side. I mean, it's a little bit hocus pocus over here. It looks a little bit weird that you're overhanging that, and like the solid wall that normally protects all that isn't there anymore. But at least it covers the whole gap. I could probably even move it. Oh, you know what? I reckon I might do that. I'll get rid of all of you, and I'll go dig this trench down to there. I'll move it back one more, because it doesn't actually need to be that far up. There is that overlap in the middle. That way, I think is the right way. Yes, it is. Good, good, good. Okay, that should be a little bit better, and that should keep the aesthetic of not having that gaping wound in the middle next to the drop there. Meet up in the middle, touch you, and touch you. Look, there's 2 inches in the middle, but that's okay. We'll manage that just fine. But all I'm going to have to do now is make the whole corridor set up 3 wide so that it actually fits those doors. The doors are 5 wide. Making it 3 wide will mean that it is still symmetrical, and symmetricality is all important in JaWoodle Park. So I can do that relatively simply, and that should make it look relatively nice. I can then build around that and cover up all the holes. Make that maybe 5 wide on the entry to, like, you know, narrow them down. Because I don't want to kill any zombies down here. I just want to kill them here so I can go and get the loot once they're dead. I don't know. More building to go though. Let's quickly build this out, then we'll see where we land at the other side. Just kind of going through the motions to get this to look as nice as possible and as normal as possible. To hide the garage door, I've just like built this like bulge thing out of there, which doesn't actually look too bad. It's just like some ramps on the outside here and then some sheets there. You can see like that doesn't actually count as the block there. It looks like it does, but that block is taken up and it's just kind of covering the garage door on the inside in there. And it actually looks reasonable. I need to do, like, I need to get rid of some of these ones up here to make it look a little bit better and actually get my ramps go all the way along here, so it looks like it's supported. Need to get some of those corner blocks, I think they were called. What are they? Corner filler, I think they were. No, not that one. Oh, is it that one? Actually, I think it might be that one. Go you, and go like this, and put you on the wall. Yes, like that. Okay, like that, and that'll actually make it look like it is all attached and proper. Good, look at that. I mean, that looks like a normal corridor. You wouldn't even suspect it, other than the fact there's like 2 holes and this big kind of bulge over here. It looks a little bit like it's eaten too many hamburgers, and I understand those feels. That I've felt like that many a time in my short life. Stuffing yourself full of hamburgers, you can basically just have to waddle out of McDonald's and see if you can get anything with wheels to just wheel you home. Unless you live downhill, in which case you just throw yourself forward and eventually end up at your front door. Alright, and enough talking about that though, because I'm getting kind of hungry. Let's finish off this and get it all looking nice and proper. Do the paint jobs, finish up covering up that one as well. And then we should be pretty good to replace the garage doors with some powered ones and give it a good old proper, like, actual test run. It's basically all done. I just need to put in some electricity to figure out which way these doors are going. But I was kind of standing over here. I was looking at it, I think it's basically like this looks all nice and curvy. There's all sorts of curves going on here. All the curves go into each other, which is also kind of nice. I'm also pretty proud of finding the right block to get these stairs to match up and not look too out of place. But what does look out of place is my safety platform down here. Everything else is nice and smooth and curvy, except for this bad boy. So I feel like I need to make it fit in with the rest of its basey friends. You know, like if half the base is all curvy and lovely, and this is a brick, well, you know what the curves are going to pick on. It's going to be the bricks. Let's get that. Let's go like this and put in all of these. Let's go way overboard as well. Let's not just do it a little bit. Let's make it so the whole thing is like one big parabola. Parabola, is that the word? I don't know. I'm going back to like year 9 in high school now. That was a long time ago. Parabola is a curve, right? Oh, jeez, I'm just embarrassing myself now. I should stop trying to use mathematical terms in 7 days. But like, just like that, that will look just fine. Now we can fit in with all of his curvy friends. Curves make the world go around. And apparently, I'm a big fan of curves, so I'm going out of my way to make it curvier. I can't stop. I've got the bug. I'm in like designing and building mode, trying to make this all look as good as possible. Got that one there. Let's go like this. Oh, is that gonna fit? That'll fit one there. Yes, look at that. You gotta make sure you're not gonna fall off your safety platform at the most inopportune time. Go like that. Put you like that, and fill out the rest of that. I know I'm supposed to be doing other things right now, but I'm hooked. I'm addicted. I just want to make everything look as nice as possible, and putting railings up is apparently my newfound passion. I think with that, we are all good to go. It's a bit higgledy-piggledy, isn't it? But that's okay. With all of these bases, I say it all the time, I'm just kind of showing you guys ideas about how you can use the blocks in this game to do what you want to do. Like, if you think, oh man, I really want to do this kind of thing, how can I do it? That's what this is all about. I mean, if I was playing in survival, I wouldn't build this base block for block as it is right now. This is just a way for me to test all the functions while one not also looking like a mangled half of a thumb. So that should go pretty well. All it is, I've got my solar panels over here blending into the peaks on the top because they're all triangles. I've now got some wireless power running as well. I believe this is Vidui's mod I'm using at the moment. The wireless power mod. I've got that running into the wireless power to the switch over here running to the doors down there. So there's no wires going over there, which is kind of nice. So I can flick that, open her up, and close it again. That's exactly what I need. So with that, let's get a bunch of, you know, let's get demolishers, because demolishers basically will almost always, oh shit, that was 50 of them. I'm not sure I wanted to spawn 50 of them in. Oh, and they move super slow as well. Okay, I can fix that though. Let's go a little bit faster. Let's go to like 1 in the morning. Turn on our things. You guys are gonna go a bit faster now. Yep, there we go. Oh, my doors. Oh, wait. Everyone stop. I can't go nighttime because I'm running solar power. Josh, come on. Use whatever noodles you just lodged through your ears into your skull that are like slopping around in there that you're pretending is a brain. Try and pretend like you know what you're doing for 3 seconds and not gonna be a complete mup. See what I mean by the demolishers almost always drop loot bags? I just cleared that big hoard I had there, and look how many loot bags are now on the ground. That would have been a perfect example of what I was after if I hadn't been such an absolute claret as gone to nighttime when I need the sun to power everything. Let's go back to there. Turn you back on, get the door closed. Alright, I need to clear out all of this gubbins now, because that's just a whole bunch of entities I don't want the game to have to think about. Let's try that again, but this time with a nice little bundle of feral whites. They'll still be nice and fast in the day, The only thing that kind of concerns me is this is a relatively small gap. You could definitely rebuild it if you didn't care about aesthetics so much and like make it look a little bit better. But for the moment, I think that's going to be just fine. A couple might get across, but that's okay for now. Let's just see how we go. So let's turn on their AI. Yep, the door is closed. Let's get their attention. You guys going to come up the goats, please. Yep, there we go. 3 wide cruising down. They'll drop down there. All right, let's start killing them and just kind of get some loot bags to spawn. Now, I know that I could just spawn in some loot bag. Go like this and just go like loot, go like that, and just like, oh, look at that. Oh my god. Oh, I forgot I had 25 still on. Okay, that's quite a lot of loot bags there. I've actually made effectively a ball pit of loot bags. It's a loot ball pit. Oh, okay. Well, let's go like this. Let's switch that off. Let's close those doors. Okay, so they're not going down there. So I should have enough time to come down here. And if there wasn't 1,800,000 of these things, Jesus Christ, I could go through here and loot whatever was here as much as I needed to. They aren't coming near me. Oh, they are when they stack on top of each other. That's okay, though. If that was a longer drop, you could get like 2 of them back to back or have them like running up the sides. In fact, I reckon the best way to do this would have been to kind of mimic this one over here. So to have like the doors on the sides like that, like all the way along. It wouldn't look as neat as this one does. Look at all the freaking loot bags everywhere. Jesus Christ, Josh. Learn to press the right buttons when you're doing nonsense. But yeah, like that one over there that just closes the gap off would have been better. You could have a much longer drop there if you so desired. But this is the one I built this time. I'm going to change up every now and again. It's a shorter drop, but I think we'll be okay. Because look at all the time I've got. I've got plenty of time to go through and loot as many loot bags as here. And then once it's done, we go, yep, cool. Just imagine all those loot bags are gone. Then we can open up the doors again and they can all come back across to continue getting murdered. So the idea works perfectly. The idea I had in my head originally at like 3 o'clock in the morning last night totally works. You can definitely like manipulate their pathing to give yourself some breathing space, make yourself like an automatic loot base. Whether or not I would do it in this configuration again, I don't think so. But the idea, as I was saying before, is there for you to use however you want in your base. In fact, if you build this in like a more useful way with a longer drop in an attractive way that's still aesthetically pleasing, please tweet me for images of it because I'd like to see what you guys come up with, especially when it's a slightly better version of my base. Oh good, you dropped a loot bag. I don't have 50,000 of those already. Oh boy, that was a long time just opening and looting all for loot bags. You can't destroy loot bags quickly like with the NCT destroyer gun or anything like that. You have to go and get rid of them manually, and there was quite a couple of loot bags out there for me to get through. That took a long time of just going ER all the way across. But I think we can agree that worked out pretty well. You could expand that design to do whatever you want with. Actually, it's a pretty cool looking base. I'm not going to lie, but I want to try the other idea I had with it. The episode been going for quite a while already. It took me a full hour and a half just to build and test that one. But I want to test the other idea that I had. This is going to be a much uglier build because it's just a proof of concept rather than something that I want to keep in JaWoodle Park. This might stay, I don't know. We'll see how we end up on the other side of this. But effectively what it's going to be is using those garage doors. Again, those garage doors, by the way, are the best thing to happen to this game in a long time. It opens up so many possibilities. Until they go full Minecraft and implement sticky pistons, that's the best we're gonna get, and I freaking adore them if you couldn't tell by the fact I use them for everything so far. So what we're gonna do is build a tower like this that's hollow in the middle, and then build ourselves a simple corridor out the other side. And it's like, I'm not gonna worry about making things aesthetic, I'm not gonna worry about covering things up. I just want to get the functional parts of this down so we can test the idea. So this one's gonna work a little bit differently. Rather than trying to keep the zombies away from me so I can go to where they died to get the loot, it's gonna be a way for me to get the loot to me without the zombies knowing about it and eating my face. Let's go like this. Let's get rid of all of that. Oh, so people have been asking in the comments as well how I do the blue block. And I've explained that before, but I'll quickly give you a really quick rundown just here. Again, a rundown even if I say my R is like an R, not a W like Porky Pig. So all you do in dev mode or debug mode is you press Z to get one corner. And let's not do it in the middle of the ground so that I accidentally break some stuff. Z for one corner, Z for the other corner. Press K, dynamic prefabs, clear selection. And that is it. You can see you start deleting stuff even when you didn't actually want to delete it. I'll fix it up later. So that's how you do you that one nice and easily. Okay, it makes life when you're building things like this so much easier. Let's go like that and get you along here. So what I'm going to do is I'm building another corridor. Oh my god, another corridor with a chute in the middle of it. But not for zombies this time. It's a loot chute, not a zombie chute. And it's 10 blocks wide, so it'll fit 2 garage doors on top. So I can cover it up and have the zombies run across nice and easy. But then when I want to, I can flick the switch, open those garage doors, and all the loot will fall into here, down there. And I'll even I might try and like tunnel it across so it comes out the bottom of my little platform over here. I can just be down here and grab it all. Or maybe I could go all the way down to like a catchment down the bottom. I can make sure it's all nice and secure along here so the zombies still see this as their main way to go. However, they won't make it to me. As long as I don't start beating through the walls and stuff, I think I'll be okay. So those are the 2 ways I think this will work. I'll try it once and see if it works. If it doesn't work that way, I'll go test the other way. I did a little bit of testing and I realized that loot bags don't roll on regular ramps. They need to be steeper. They need to be the wedge tips on like the steepest angle all the way down for them to actually slide down. Just like the zombie slide, ramps won't do. You need the steepness. So on this, you need the steepness as well, which means that my idea of having like the tunnel going all the way over to my pillar isn't going to work because it's going to go like 150 blocks down to the center of the earth to get that to happen. So instead, I'm going to go like this. I've dug this down a fair bit. I'm actually not that far under the ground, but hopefully it will still do it either way. And we're going to dig this all the way across. How far down I need to go? Let's go like that and just get that to all meet up so that I can just go down my ladder in my tower. I come down here and I go across, grab all the loot, but hopefully this will be strong enough that the zombies don't try and break their way down to get me. Let's just like reinforce the ceiling like that all the way across, because that would be a bad time. I think I might need to make this like a proper like actual cage down here, because they are just like when I did the day 700 horde against the underground bunker at Alpha 17. If they can like dig down and then cut through the side, that's what they will try to do. So they will go through the ground if they need to, if there's a way in through the walls underground, not just the roof, but the walls as well. So I'll go all the way across like that, make it all nice and secure, so that I can have at least like 5 seconds down here to myself to go in, grab the loot, and then GTFO again. There we go. I've done just like a real cheap and nasty job. There's no protection, there's no nothing, just a couple of doors just banged on top, barely up the top there to kind of cover it up. But it's going to do the trick for now. I've got the ladder that goes down here. There's no blockages. So when I'm down here, I had to open the door quickly, then close the door quickly. It's probably also not a bad idea to maybe have some way to stop the zombies coming up here once I open the doors. Because if a zombie gets down there, I'm in some serious strife. So maybe even like an extra one, like, how am I going to do this? Let's go 3 down. Oh, how am I going to do this actually? Let's go right up the top, because then I think if I go like that, I go like this. I mean, that'll just do for now, you know? It'll stop the zombies coming up, but I don't want them to. Let's just put some stairs in and get it all going, if you don't mind. Please, umpire. That was the wrong block. Damn it, Josh. Oh, that was the... No, it was just a regular square block. Okay, I've got too many things. There's too many things I'm trying to think of at once. This episode's been going for far too long already. I'm just trying to get it done. Look at that. That is the ultimate cheap and nasty solution to the problem. So when I turn everything on, if I'm not stuck in the ground, they'll come up here, they get stuck here, they can't get through. Everything is blocked off. And then when I unflick that switch, like that... Wait, that does the exact opposite? Oh, this is where I need the and or switches, or just like an or switch kind of thing to flip the signal when it comes through, so I can like invert how that one actually goes about it. I know I did get a message on Twitter of like a really complex breakdown of how it worked, went straight over my head because I just cannot electricity. That does not work in my brain. How am I going to do this then? So you're all open and I need you to be closed. Oh wait, if I just go like that, there we go. And so when you open like that, you're all blocked off. And we'll go like this, that'll go like that. Okay, yep, so that's blocked, that's nice. I'll go like this. Well, if it was the other way, it would work. Okay, I need to turn you around, but that will totally work. Okay, good, there we go. We have the solution we needed. There we go, perfect. Now, while that's up there, I'll quickly just address some of the questions I get all the time. No, you can't use garage doors to make yourself a floating base. Look, I tried, it does not work. The game does not allow you to connect blocks to a garage door. So they've thought about that, and they've gone, yeah, nah, mate, and given the old no bueno to that idea. So that's fine, though. That'll work for what I need right now. So, let's do this all again. Let's get ourselves some soldiers. In fact, let's just get some cheerleaders. Let's get some Arlenes and get them on the warpath, get them running around, and let's just like spawn in some loot bags over here that we can just go and collect when we need to. So we go like this, yeah? We've got a whole bunch of loot bags over there. Oh, look at all the loot. All the zombies doing all the things that annoying me, but the loot's right there, and I kind of want it. So here we go. Let's wait for the opportunity. Oh, it's gonna have to time it right, because if you do it wrong, I could have built this a little bit better. Oh, get out of there. If you time it wrong, you're gonna send some Chelseas down into your area. There we go, right there. Oh, I've got one. That's okay. I can kill her. They're all blocked off down the end there, all flopping about like a bunch of floppy cocks. I go down here, get rid of her body, and I start getting all of my loots. They are trying to break through the wall to get to me because it's only a 1 block thick wall. That's okay. I got my loot. I can now run back up here. Easy as you like. Close off that again. Open up the door, and they should... Oh, if I go the right way, they should, in about 20 seconds or so, rethink their pathing and come and get me. Oi! Knackers, you gotta come the right way. You gotta go back to where you came from. No, you're just gonna keep on beating. Why are you doing that for? Oh shit. Oh, that was bad. Oh, idiot, Josh. There we go. They're finally kind of sorted out their eye, except for her. She's going the wrong way, but okay. They're getting into their destroy everything mode because there's no ramp down there for them to land on. But the idea itself works fine. You can get a loot chute underneath. I mean, you can refine this, and you can kind of take this idea, put it into a base, and make it as good as you want it to be. But those are two different ways utilizing the new garage doors to make yourself an easy loot base. I mean, I say easy. It took me a while to figure this out. This will be a longer episode than normal. I'm sorry about that. But I mean, look, longer episodes. You guys don't seem to complain about that much, very much at all. So I'm going to say that those two designs work well. I'll get rid of this base because it's just kind of a haphazardly thrown together nonsense. I'll keep this one in JaWoodle Park because I quite like it. It's all nice and symmetrical and round and all sorts of lovely things. But I'm gonna have to leave that episode here. But before I log off for the day, I received another box in my P.O Box. So I got to open something new and see what someone has sent me. This has come off my Amazon wish list, which is freaking awesome. So I get to open the box, get a present. Not even a Christmas yet. We're already getting presents. How freaking awesome is that? Make nice quick work of this. Open it all up. So if you want to send something to me, you are more than welcome. In fact, I would encourage it. Fan art, t-shirts, snacks especially, or stuff off the Amazon wish list. Whatever you want to do, you can send it to me and I will appreciate it. All the details are down below. Or in fact, I can read it here. It is P.O Box 217, Ringwood, Victoria 3134, Australia. That's a whole bunch of gobbledygook, I know, but that's the way that Australian postal addresses actually work. What have we got in here? We've got a bunch of packaging. We've got a note. What have we got? Blah, 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 blah. That's the gift receipt. Doesn't tell me who sent. Where's the... Oh, no, there it is. There's more at the bottom. Here we go. A gift from the Doctor 713. Dear JaWoodle, Merry Christmas. Ah, well, it's a bit early for Christmas, but that still counts. Thank you very much, the Doctor 713. I love it when you guys send me stuff. Clearly, I love it. It's the best thing ever that people from all around the world want to send some stupid Australian boy something just to make him smile. What is... Oh, I know what this is going to be. So, I mean, I can kind of see through the window there. Let's open up this one. It comes in another small little box. I mean, I think I know what this is going to be. And this is going to be a very good time for me because I've wanted this thing for ages. Here we go. Finally got into the box and into all the packaging. And yes, it is this. Oh! Yes! Okay, there's a very funny thing on the front of this and I'll show you guys in a second. So this is a stereo amplifier that I need to run my speaker. I've got more of the speakers here that don't have an amplifier right now that I want to use because wearing headphones all the time gets all your ears sweaty. You know when you're a kid and your mum asks if you wash behind your ears, as opposed to like a test to see if you showered or not actually properly? Well, now when you wear headphones all day, turns out you actually generally have to consciously wash behind your ears because otherwise they get super sweaty given that it's hot as ball sacks in Australia most of the time. So that is a little stereo amplifier, and right on the front there, so I'm going to show you, look at that. The brand is Knob Sound. Yeah, not even a joke. And the brand is Knob Sound, and that makes me giggle like a little immature boy that I am. We've got the treble and bass adjusters. We've got the on-off switch that feels nice and mechanical. Good, good, good. And then in that other little package are these things, which are called banana plugs, which help you plug the speaker wire. Rather than having to like unscrew the jack and thread the speaker wire and then close it again, you just put the speaker wire in this and it acts just like a regular plug that you do everything else for. That's fair. I should get these speakers and show you actually. Hang on a second. I just kind of realized that I didn't put on my official JaWoodle gift opening hat. So I should have done that before I opened all of this, but I got so carried away and so excited by having the box right next to me that I did it like immediately. So these, this bad boy are the speakers that I use. These are Klipsch R15 bookshelf speakers, which are the frickin' bee's nipples. They're so frickin' good. But my old stereo amp that I used to use with them broke a little while ago, so I haven't been able to use them for a while. But now I can, because I've got this bad boy. This is 100 watts per channel, which is what these are. In fact, these are 110, but close enough. Oh, I'm excited to finally be able to listen to music and stuff and play games and things without having to wear headphones 24/7. So thank you very much, the doctor, for my very early Christmas gift. I appreciate it very much, and I'm very excited to get out of 7 days now and go and set up my new speakers, I suppose. I don't know how you'd say that. Either way, so thank you very, very much. I'll have to, man, I'm stoked with that. I'm so stoked. I'm gonna have to come back and build some more stuff in 7 days in another episode, because this episode is done. So thank you guys for watching. Most of all, thank you to all the patrons on Patreon who made this episode possible. If you liked it, make sure to like button down below and subscribe to this channel. Follow me on Twitter. If I don't talk to you there first, I'll see you in the next episode. Have a good one.